Hi, good afternoon. I am happy to talk to everybody today. We're opening up the Fat Loss Playbook, kind of reviewing what we've already talked about in the past. It's the 16th of November already, the Thursday before Thanksgiving. Unfortunately, around when this time of year comes around, so many people just kind of give up on their nutrition and their weight loss goals and just want to wait till Christmas or New Year's. And that's unfortunate because you can still do some great things for your health, wellness, and your fat loss between now and New Year's, and then continue. Because most of proper fat loss is done slowly, not fast like most of us assume. So we're going to kind of talk about what we've already talked about and make it a little more practical, hopefully, for you. Please comment, share this with your friends, and watch the other 4 videos from the last 4 Thursdays. Hopefully they can give you some insight because they all build on each other. The first Thursday I talked about the first 10 pounds somebody needs to lose. I'm assuming most people need to lose 20, that I'm talking to need to lose 25 or more pounds, or just haven't been able to get that last 10 to 15 pounds off and they're not sure why. If you need to lose 25 or more pounds, that is a long-term project. That is not a 6-week, a 12-week program. Most people want to do that short. They want to do something extreme. The first Thursday's topic, we also talked about having somewhere to go. Well, these go together. If you are going really extreme to lose your 25 pounds, really reducing your calories, carbs, and or fats, or going vegetarian and increasing your activity levels, you may lose that 25 pounds. Or you're going to hit a plateau and then not have anywhere to go because you increased your activity level really hard and really reduced your calories and or macronutrients, fats and or carbohydrates or something to get you to lose that weight. Instead of really knowing how you're eating now and making some adjustments there. So we always say at Personally Fit, you can't manage what you don't measure. So find out how you're eating now. We recommend people doing a food log for a week. Don't change anything, just write everything down. I like you to write down your hunger level on a scale of 1 to 5, and also what were you doing? Because we do a lot of unconscious eating, those of us who have struggled with our weight. Oh, this is my home office, and that's some of my wrestling awards. I was blessed enough to have success in wrestling, and it's kind of what led me in the fitness industry because I seesawed my weight so much a couple years. And my junior year in high school, I came down from the mid-160s and wrestled 138. And that last 12 pounds was always dehydration and barely eating and over-exercising. And after wrestling season, I assuaged my pain of losing in the state finals by just gorging myself. But my metabolism was set up to gain weight back. And I shot up to over 200 in less than a month. And I knew then I needed to learn more about nutrition. So I started studying then, started working on it. But this last year, I've kept off 25 pounds from about a year ago, since March. And I'm a precision nutrition level 1 coach, and these are the behaviors they've taught me. And so this is what we talk about. So always having somewhere to go, measuring what you're doing. Well, coach, I don't want to write down. That's such a hassle. So I hear this a lot, and I go, it is a hassle. But is carrying 50 extra pounds good for you? Isn't figuring out how you're eating now worth it? I think it is. So I hear, I'm willing to do anything. I've tried every diet. I've tried every supplement. I've tried every exercise program, but I just can't keep the weight off. But they won't write their food down, intake down. Okay? Or a lot of people, I've done everything except exercise consistently and write down what they're eating consistently. So most people haven't tried that because it does seem tedious. Well, there's a lot of ways to record your eating. There's some apps on your phone you can use. You can take pictures of your food to look at it. So there's a lot of other things to do. And then we talked about muscle. Everybody needs muscle, okay? If you're a non-exerciser, there's no excuse. Start doing something. Exercise has a lot of other benefits besides weight loss. If you aren't walking more than 500 steps a day, get to at least 500 and then build on that. Separate and apart from what you do for your day-to-day work. Most people don't get, or 5,000 steps, 5,000 steps. That's somebody who is doing a little bit of activity. So that's going to affect their health and wellness. You get up to 10,000 steps, it's going to improve your health and wellness. Doesn't have to be all done at once. It can be done in the morning, before lunch, and before dinner. Great habit to get into. And then, of course, we talked about push-pull squat. We're not going to review that, but basically push-ups. some kind of pulling motion, and knee bend movements. That's hugely important to strengthen your whole body. A lot of ways to modify those exercises, and we're happy to show you. We have a variety of them at Personally Fit Coach on YouTube, and you can see some basic exercise programs. But if you're not strength training, do something. And you don't have to crush yourself. But if you're lifting something that's 8 pounds, start lifting things that are 10 pounds for 10 to 20 reps. If you're lifting something for 10 pounds and you're doing it easily for 15 reps, let's move up the weight. Slow the movements down. More isn't always better, but we do want to see you progressing over time. When I say more and more sets, more and more workouts. Consistency is what's important. I'd rather you do a B fitness program and succeed at it than the perfect program that you don't enjoy. It's too hard to do unless you have a perfect day. So that's it. So muscle's important, and you maintain it by strength training. You also condition your body metabolically by doing some walking. What if I already eat healthy? I hear that so much. Again, let's measure if you eat healthy. And if you record it and we see and you're still gaining weight or maintaining weight and not losing weight, then it might be time to weigh your food. And that is a hassle, but you do that for a week, maybe 2 weeks, you'll find that maybe your portions are too big. Or for some people, they're too small and your metabolism's slowing down. So as a lot of people try to lose weight, they often will really get hard workouts. We've talked about that. But then their day-to-day activity comes way down because they're on a reduced calorie diet. So always have somewhere to go. Once you measure, let's assume somebody's eating about 2,800 calories and they're not losing weight. So they come down to about 2,500 calories, a 300 calorie reduction, and increase their activity 200 calories. That's a 500 calorie reduction. That's a great place to start. Shouldn't leave you hungry, shouldn't leave you weak and tired. And so many of us have done it that route, and I sure have in the past. It's not what we recommend. We want you doing it slow, making a habit that you just don't lose weight, but you keep it off. And you feel good doing it. Don't you think your energy should improve while you're losing fat if you have too much fat? Of course it should. So find out if you really are eating healthy. Record it. Pay attention to it. On that topic, a lot of discussion of what's healthy. What's the best diet? Ketogenic diet, paleo, low fat, low carbohydrate. You know what? A diet with a lot of variety. I personally think we should be eating protein foods. If you want to be a vegan or a vegetarian, there's plenty of ways to do that. Most of us could eat more vegetables, so 6 to 8 servings of vegetables. The USDA recommends 14 grams of fiber for every 1,000 calories. So most people should be getting in 25 grams. You know what the average American gets in? Like 12. Now, fiber is sold, and we only think about it about going to the bathroom, cleaning out your system. And to senior citizens, they sell all kinds of fiber products to help them do that. But honestly, there's so many other health benefits, and one of those is it naturally fills you up. It slows down the absorption of carbohydrates, especially sugary things, fructose, glucose, ethanol. That's important. It actually slows down and gets rid of some of the absorption of triglycerides and bad cholesterols. So this is really important. So eating fiber is important. I'll give you an example. I had breakfast today, and I sauteed probably a third of a large red pepper chopped up and some spinach. And then I threw in 2 full eggs and some egg whites. And then I had a half a pear. That pear is also a really good fibrous fruit too. So it's a lot of fiber, a lot of vegetables, very, very satiating. So that's important. That's where I started. Lunch, I had a spinach wrap, and it had 9 grams of fiber the way it was developed. And then I had some meat and cheese in it, and some peppers and mustard. And then I had a bowl of vegetable soup. Great meal, very satisfying. And for me, I'm working on eating slower. I looked at the clock. It wasn't that slow, but it's a lot slower than I used to. And that makes a big difference. And only eating. So those are some anchor behaviors I was working on. And then we talked about setting goals. I'm going to mix setting goals with limiting factors from the third installment of opening up the weight loss playbook. A lot of us set a goal. I want to lose 15 pounds. I want to lose it in 6 weeks, and that's it. So the only thing they're measuring is getting on that scale. They're exercising. They are dieting or eating better. And if that scale isn't going in the right direction, or they don't achieve it, they get very frustrated or give up. Or if they hit a plateau and can't break that plateau, they lose half of it and it stops. Well, all these factors could be in play. They may not be eating enough. They may be eating too much. They may not be paying attention to unconscious eating. I have a client who said he's always snacking when he goes by different employees' desks at their office, and they always have snacks that are usually unhealthy, candies, crackers, things that really aren't going to improve your nutrition and surely aren't going to help you lose weight. And his meals are really good, so if he can get a hold of that, that's really going to help him. And or get some healthy snacks that are going to help him achieve that. Some healthy nuts that he knows he's eaten in the proper amount, some cut up apples, some cut up carrots. He said he likes all those foods, so we have to make those simple, easy, and convenient to reach for rather than a handful of peanut M&Ms. Sound good? Okay. So when you're goal setting, you really have no control over an inanimate object like a scale. What you have control over is your behaviors. So this is where we get into limiting factors. Knowing what behaviors, when I say that, what skill sets you don't have that can consistently help you lose fat and keep it off. And maybe it may be exercise. You don't know how to exercise properly. Every time you go to the weight room, you get hurt. Every time you start walking, you get shin splints. So you may need to hire a coach to teach you better body mechanics, a good strength training program rather than just reading what's on the machines and putting a pin in. That's what we do at Personally Fit. Safety is number one. Get strong at your basic push, pull, squat. Get some daily activity in. That's going to make a difference. If you get strong at those 3 movements, your whole body's going to get strong. You may not lose any weight, any fat trying to lose weight, or any muscle trying to lose weight. But if you're fortunate, you might even gain some muscle. But your goal is at least to maintain your muscle, because that's active tissue. So the first week we talked about maintaining your active tissue. People aren't too big in America because they have too much muscle, okay? And strength training doesn't turn you into a huge, massive, grotesque bodybuilder overnight. Trust me, that's very hard to do. Most of these people are, I'm going to say, genetic anomalies, just like LeBron's James is in basketball, or top football players, or any athlete. They have a genetic predisposition to get huge like that. And then they're super dedicated to getting huge. And I've talked to professional bodybuilders. These guys eat so much. Although it may look really neat, it's not good for your long-term health. So think about that. In the same way that super defined look a bodybuilder gets, with all that definition, it may look really neat, and that might be one of your goals. It's really probably not the healthiest thing unless you're just naturally pretty lean and ripped. And most of us aren't. But getting to a healthy level of body fat is just so important. So all this goes inside. So your limiting factors for most people maybe not knowing how to exercise. So exercise, you can learn how to do that. Genetics. Some people say I have bad genes, my parents are fat, so on and so forth. There may be some metabolic problems for you, and you might have to get checked out by your doctor. But the vast majority of people who are overweight do not have genetic predisposition to not being able to get in shape if they exercise properly and consistently and eat healthier. Okay? You may not become a fitness model, but you can get leaner, more muscular, and definitely healthier and feel great. Okay? So those limiting factors, genetics, exercise, but really most of them fall under nutrition. When we think of nutrition, what do I need to eat? Well, let's just agree that most of what we need to eat should be less processed. So if you can read more than 3 ingredients on a box, it's probably pretty processed. Even look at whole grains. Often the whole grain is a 3rd or 4th component, the item on that list. And if that's the case, you may be only getting 1% of a whole grain in that bread or starchy pancake mix or something. And that's not good, because they've taken out all the fiber, which we talked about earlier. They've taken out most of the vitamins and minerals and replaced them with other vitamins and minerals. So let's think of foods that you can eat. All right? Every kind of vegetable out there, most of us can eat. I have some cousins, I don't like vegetables. We'll ask them if they've tried this, or this, and most of them say no. So they've had a really limited amount of tasting of vegetables. So I encourage you to eat the ones you like, maybe as basic as just carrots and celery and lettuce. And then start tasting the other vegetables out there. There are all kinds of great vegetables with all kinds of fibers. Red and yellow peppers, root vegetables. I don't consider beans. Green beans I do consider a vegetable, but beans and lentils aren't really vegetables, but they're high fiber and have the same kind of effect of slowing down that glucose uptake, filling you up, and also have a fair amount of amino acids. So that's really, really good. So let's agree that eating less processed foods that might have one word, like I said before, avocado, chicken, eggs, beef, fish, lettuce, carrots, tomatoes, green beans. These are all good. Broccoli, cauliflower, pinto beans, quinoa, brown rice, things that are naturally occurring, sweet potato. These are things that aren't processed. America's not fat because they eat sweet potatoes. America's not fat because they eat apples. Okay? So start making a list of all the foods you like in those categories: fruits, vegetables, protein foods, and also healthy fats, which I would consider, for example, using olive oil. I use some coconut oil. I did today cooking. Avocados have some healthy fats in them. Almonds, walnuts, some nuts. So expand what you're doing. Try to eat things you enjoy. You're not going to stay on a nutrition program to lose weight or anything else if you don't like the foods. So you don't need to be eating just skinless chicken breast with steamed broccoli to lose weight. Although you'll lose weight doing that, it's going to be hard to stick to, and you're going to have to use just willpower. We try to get away from that at Personally Fit. We want it to be easier for you to create those habits to eat healthy. And if you're just tolerating the food and the exercise program, it's going to be hard over the long haul to stick to it. Okay? Because proper nutrition program for weight loss isn't going to include exercise, but it's going to be something you can sustain over a long period. And that's what we're teaching with our online nutrition coaching. That is life-changing. It's a year-long program. You can go to our website, find out a little more about it, or ask for some information if you're watching this, and we can give you some information. It's about $40 a week, but you are committed for a year. Most of us, if we're overweight, waste $40 a week just eating junk food or drinking too much beer or whiskey or whatever else over the course of the week. And we could save that cooking at home, preparing our meals, making better choices, which are going to help you reach your goals. Okay? So to me, that's huge. Learn how to do that. So another limiting factor might be just that, not knowing how to cook and prepare meals at home. So we can get online, and you can learn how to cook. You can find all kinds of recipes and learn how to cook. You can learn how to just cook basic stuff: boil eggs, fry some eggs, cook on the grill, cut up some vegetables, make a basic salad. There's a lot of overnight stuff, learning how to use your crock pot to save time. I consider time a limiting factor for a lot of people, and that's what most people say that the reason they can't work out regularly. Well, at Personally Fit, we start everybody working out because we want you getting strong, building your metabolism so it can tolerate eating properly and also reducing calories. But we want you to hold on to your muscle or gain some so your metabolism is high, not reduced, and you're not tired and dragging. So that's really important. So figure out what your limiting factors are. You might just have travel a lot, so you have to find out how to order when you go out to eat. For me, we often might just take one piece of bread and then have them take the bread away. My wife generally is not watching what trying to lose weight, but she will order a salad, and I might get the fries, and we'll just share. So we get a little bit of both. But both of us usually don't eat all the bread or starch. Or we just ask for an extra vegetable instead of whatever starch they're bringing, which is often white rice, some kind of potatoes, which in and of themselves aren't bad. But if you're trying to lose some fat, we don't want too many starchy carbohydrates, okay? So that's low-hanging fruit. Let me tell you probably the lowest hanging fruit we can do in America. Sweet drinks, soda, sweet tea, alcohol, juice. Somehow we fooled people that orange juice is good for you. Honestly, for somebody trying to lose weight, even for your own health, the way fructose is digested. Remember we talked about fiber earlier. You've got rid of that fiber when you're making juice. That's getting into your system, and it's hitting your liver hard, and your liver has a hard time dealing with it. And often, anyway, those kind of things made with fructose, made with glucose, sugary drinks, corn syrup can just really not improve your health for sure, but also help you get you fat. And they don't satisfy you. So if you drink a soda, it doesn't fill you up. You might drink a large soda worth 300 calories, but you don't feel that 300 calories. It doesn't fill you up. So you eat the same amount plus that 300 calories. Well, what about diet soda? In moderation. I drink a diet soda once in a while because I want that fizz and I want that sweet. But how many thin people drink diet sodas? It keeps you craving those things. So you want to be able to control your hunger, energy, and cravings, and not eat foods that cause cravings. Diet soda, real soda, these are all what they call hyperpalatable, sweeter than what we eat in nature. Our body is made to eat sweets because back when we didn't have full fridges and pantries, if you could taste something sweet like a fruit, you would know to eat it. And you might even binge on it because it was only around for a couple months a year. Or now we have fruit year round. So even eating fruit year round, is an advantage, but it also gives us more fructose than our bodies in the past used to eat. Biology is a booger. So we're doing these things, but I'm going to push myself harder, Chris. I know you told me to only reduce 300 calories and work out only to burn off 200 calories a day. I'm going to kick up my workouts. I'm going to get 5 miles of walking every day, and I'm going to lift 4 days a week. But I'm going to keep those calories. I'm going to drop it another 100 because I want to get results. Well, first week or two, you might lose 2 to 3 extra pounds. But by third week, your body says, you know what? You are pushing me, and I don't want to lose weight this fast. So I'm going to slow down my metabolism, slow your metabolism. And you know what? Because you reduce calories, I've lost a couple pounds of muscle. So my metabolism naturally slows down. And because I'm tired, because I haven't been eating quite enough to match my increased activity, my day-to-day NEAT, what we call non-exercise activities of daily living, have reduced. So I might have normally walked 10,000 steps a day, but I just have found a way to walk 5,000 steps a day, walk less at work, not walk around when I'm listening to my answering machine, take less trips to get stuff out of the car. And a lot of people do that without even thinking about it because they're tired. So do you think a proper nutrition program should keep you tired? Should be that reduced? Of course not. So your body finds a way to adjust. So you need to nudge it along. In the past, we said 5 smaller meals. That works for a lot of people because it tells your body you're eating. Or 3 meals and 2 healthy snacks. That works. But again, don't reduce so hard that your body fights it. Also, you can have a couple days where we call refeeds, where we just bring up our calories, 300 to 500 calories, preferably with healthy foods, a little more protein, a little more fruits and veggies, some whole grains, quinoa, brown rice, beans, something like that, at breakfast and or lunch, and maybe a little at dinner. So our body kind of builds up and you feel a little better, your glycogen stores and your muscles are filled up, so your workouts improve. That also can work. A lot of people want to do a cheat day. Honestly, for a person who's been big and has struggled with their weight, a cheat day is like telling somebody who quit smoking, let's just have a couple smokes on Saturday. You know what? It's hard if you're eating processed foods that really cause a lot of cravings. They're powerfully addicting for a lot of people who've been overweight a good part of their life. So to say we're going to have a day that we get to go out and eat pizza and fries and burgers and drink soda, that splurge meal can become a splurge day, can become a splurge week because they're just so powerfully addictive. I think you need to be away from a lot of those processed foods that you know are the culprits. Most of you know for a good 4, 6, 8 weeks before you ever try them again because they just are powerfully addictive. And then maybe you can reintroduce them. Tortilla chips were that way for me. I had quit eating them about 1.5 years ago, maybe 2 years now, for like 6 weeks. And I had never gone through my life where I didn't go through, when I was at a restaurant, to the bottom of a bowl where I got another bowl and then ate all my entree and finished those chips and took some home. Same thing if they were brought home. So those really cause cravings for me. I love tortilla chips, but my body no longer craves them. Some of that's in your gut, your flora, your gut bacteria causes those cravings, as well as what that does to your brain. Now I can grab a handful of tortilla chips, eat them with some salsa, and be satisfied with it when I'm out. And let me just tell you, that gives me a huge sense of self-control. I never realized how out of control I was with my eating until I did that. So that's important. And not all calories are alike. We discussed that too. Example are those tortilla chips. They cause cravings. And really, what nutritional value do tortilla chips have? Not a whole lot. If you're trying to eat healthy, not just lose fat, but also build your health, maintain or gain some muscle, you want to treat your body like it's a high-end race car and only give it the best nutrients. Doesn't that make sense? So you'll feel the best. You read about a lot of superfoods out there: blueberries, raspberries, avocados, olive oil. All these things are true. These are the things that are going to help you feel better. Should you just go on a diet of those? No, you can still have some beef, some eggs, some whole grains, baked potato or sweet potato once in a while. Add those to your nutrient base. But add some of these other foods that are going to really make you feel good, okay, and give you more energy and meet your nutrient needs. A lot of phytochemicals. And they also bind with the other vitamins and minerals in protein foods. So eggs have a fair amount of iron. You add spinach to that, you increase the iron. You add those red and yellow peppers, you have other phytonutrients in those red and yellow peppers that increase the nutrients intakes, and them used in combination, your body just likes. Put a lemon in your water, that extra vitamin C, excuse me, helps you absorb more of that iron. All good. Tastes good, is good, great for you. Now, last but not least, so not all calories are alike, like I said. I want people, if they're struggling with weight, learn how to front load. Most people in America eat dinner and then snack till they go to bed, if they have a weight problem. Even a lot of them who don't, and undereat for breakfast and or lunch, or eat the foods that really don't satisfy them. So if you're eating fast food and drinking soda, like I said, it doesn't necessarily satisfy you. Whereas if you have a good piece of steak, a sweet potato, and a good salad and broccoli, after that, you are satisfied. After I ate my eggs this morning, I was satisfied. If I would have had a bowl of cereal to match the same caloric allotment, I would have been hungry in an hour and a half. So think of the foods that satisfy and help you reach your goals. So, Coach, I've tried every diet. I eat health. I'm willing to do anything to lose weight. Are you? Are you willing to record your eating? You record it and you're not gaining weight, so you're at maintenance, but you want to lose. Are you willing to weigh your food then? Are you willing to learn how to cook? Are you willing to look at what's bugging you? What else you're hungry for in your life that you tend to eat to satisfy yourself and numb yourself? That is something I really had to face. I call that noticing and naming what I'm feeling. And yes, eating, and especially overeating highly processed foods, does numb me, just like alcohol can do for people. But it doesn't take care of the problem, doesn't take care of the emotion. That still comes back. So learn how to deal with what's going on in your head. Sometimes these are things you've had since you were a kid. Feeling of inadequacy, feeling slighted. Who knows? There's all kinds of things we never address in our life that we just kind of push through. That sometimes we just need to notice what they are and say it. I have a customer who I love, and she's awesome. She's done a great job. She had to realize how neglected she felt as a kid, and always having to put on for the rest of the family because she was the oldest. And noticing it and naming it has really given her a lot of power over desserts, for one of the things. So that's really good. So not all calories are alike. It's a lot of information I've given you. Think about the protein foods you like. Write them down. Think about the variety of soluble and insoluble vegetables, fibrous vegetables you like, as well as fruits. Think about some of the healthy fats, nuts, avocados, all of those you like. Think of all the ways you can cook these things that you enjoy. That's where you need to start, with foods you like. And then get yourself started. Don't wait till the new year. If you know you need to lose weight, get started now. We want to help you at Personally Fit. Please comment, ask questions on this if you want, and we'll see if we can address them. I'm going to go live on Tuesday next week, because I am not going to go live on Thursday. And I'm going to eat all Thanksgiving food I enjoy. And I eat some of those rarely, like the pies. It's just something I don't eat a lot because, again, those cause cravings. But I'm going to enjoy them. Eating shouldn't cause us guilt and shame. There's enough bad things in the world out there to cause guilt and shame. Think about it. Dessert, spelled backwards, is stressed. How do we ever make dessert sinful? The worst thing we do in the world. Come on. You want to have dessert? That's a treat, not something you do every day. So earn your carbohydrates, maybe your dessert. Get a walk on Thanksgiving Day. Every day, if you're not doing something, start doing something. Contact us at 919-832-8484. This will be on YouTube at Personally Fit Coach. You can subscribe to that. We have videos for the last 4 years. And this is on our Facebook here. I'm so happy I get to talk to you. I'm getting a lot of good feedback from a lot of folks. Hope I'm helping you. Want to encourage you. If you're not exercising, start. Remember, I'm not a nag. I'm a motivational speaker. And enjoy the holidays for what they're meant to be. Not just gorging yourself with food and alcohol till you're numb every day. But to enjoy family, to be thankful, to reminisce, to look back on the last year. And to enjoy your family and be a blessing to them and let them bless you. This is Coach Chris with Personally Fit. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.